We've got two examples here from class. The first example is we're taking the square root of a fraction and we have to have that simplified. The second example is the cube root of a number, just a regular old number, 135. This is kind of similar to what the quiz looks like, and this is similar to what you're going to be seeing on the EOC as well, potentially. So I'm going to start off by doing the square root of a fraction first. A lot of people would think, well, that is simplified because there's nothing you can do with 11 over 2, and you can turn it into a decimal, but that doesn't do anything. It's not going to help you at all. So what you have to do is you have to remember your original square root rules. And what that is if you have the square root of a fraction, you could take a square root of the top number, so the square root of 11, and the square root of the bottom number, the square root of 2. So you can take the square root of each one, and that's great, and then that's another way of writing it. But we have discussed that you cannot have a square root or a radical in the denominator. The way to get rid of that is to multiply the top and bottom by that denominator. So I'm going to multiply the top and bottom by square root 2. That gives me the square root of 22 in the numerator. And in the denominator, that gives me the square root of 4. Well, the square root of 4 can simplify to 2, so we have the square root of 22 over 2. Always make sure, can you simplify this square root on top anymore? And because I know the only factors are 11 and 2, I cannot simplify it anymore, so this will be my final answer. Looking at this next one, the cube root up here of 135. Think about all the different cube roots we've talked about in class. 1 is a cube number. The cube root of 1 is 1. 8 is a cube number. The cube root of 8 is 2. 27 is a cubed number because the cube root of 27 is 3. So think about all those and think about, is there a cubed number that could divide into this? Well, you can take out your calculator, you can try all of them, and you will find that 135 breaks up into 27 and 5. So technically that's the same thing as the cube root of 27 and the cube root of 5. Well, we already know the cube root of 27 is going to be 3. That's what we talked about in class. We cannot simplify the cube root of 5, so we're going to keep it as the cube root of 5. And since it can't be simplified anymore, that's your final answer.